Hello everyone, this is Susan from suehiles Art and welcome to my channel. So today I'm working on the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery Volume 3 on the door. I'm working on the door, so we could do either a gate or a door, and I've been thinking a lot about it and I went with the door. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do and kind of share what my thought process might be. I'm still actually trying to make the final decision, but I do know I'm using the door and I do know that I'm using this fabric. So let me share first. This fabric was actually 4 squares, you know, like for quilting, and I cut it down. It was already sewn together. I did not sew it. I actually got it in a scrap package from my local sewing store. And I'm like, well, that would make a really cute door. And so I'm liking it. And I think I'm going to put the door right there. So kind of like next to my path, right? This is my path. But it leaves room for me to put more flowers around. I think what I'm going to do is sew this together, and then like I'm trying to decide yet, do I want to just sew this onto my snippet roll just like this, like because I could cut this part off, right, so I don't waste that, and I could just sew that down and then I would put like a flower or something on the front, or I could sew these together because it's already sewn on this side, but I could sew it around and then somehow attach it here and have it actually open. And then I was thinking, well, what I could do if I went that route was I have this little hedgehog, and I would have to cut it shorter, but I would put like this little hedgehog behind the door so that when you open the door, you would see the hedgehog. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I would connect the door so that it would open, because as I'm sharing this with all of you, I really think that that would be super cute to have a door that would open and then the hedgehog is behind the door. I kind of like that. So maybe that's what I'll go with. So this is good. See, this is all good. Talking this out with all of you, it's good. Then I would still put a flower on the front. So if I look through the things that I took out to use, let me see what kind of flowers I have. I have a lot of different flowers in here. Let's just kind of look real quick. So if I went with like a flower like this, right? These are like the Prima type flowers, or even like the Michaels type flowers. I could, let's see, like these are pretty bright in color, and I can't have anything too big. I don't know that these would work on that. I need something small. I do have this wooden button that looks like a flower and is the right color. I could use that and make that the flower and then put a stem with some leaves. And then, oh, I kind of like that. I was even thinking of maybe doing a yo-yo, but I like this better because I think that that matches like really well. So maybe that's what I'll do. And so I'm going to sew around the edges, and then I'll worry about how I'm going to attach this, because I could literally put like, you know, like a jump ring or something in there, or I could just sew it in like 2 little spots, just tack it down. just enough so that it would open. I mean, it's not going to open and close every day, right? So that's kind of where I am at the moment. So let me put these flowers away. I didn't even need to like look in these, but you know, I was going to look through here and see what would work. But I really, really, really like that wooden flower. And I got the little hedgehog from this piece of fabric right here, which was also from this scrap bag from my local sewing store. As I look through some of my threads for a good color to sew that door closed, I mean, I definitely lean towards the yellows since, you know, that is what this door is. It has a lot of gray and yellow and black, but I'm thinking probably this color right here would be good. And this is a Presentia number 8 pearl thread. And that's what I'm going to use. And I was thinking that I would probably maybe do, like, should I do the straight stitch or should I do the blanket stitch? Well, I've been practicing the blanket stitch because that was a stitch that just kind of blew my mind a little bit, and I couldn't quite wrap my head around it, but I think I have it now. So I could do the blanket stitch. I mean, I'm not going to do anything special. Let me remove this. I'm not going to do anything special as far as, you know, like, you know, like folding the door down so that there's a nice, so that it looks like this, right? I'm going to leave it where it's, I'm going to say, I don't know, more raw. And let me zoom in a little bit here. And let's see. Okay. I think I will go with the blanket stitch. I'm going to give it a try and let's see if that works. So I know I have to come out where I need that continuous line. It needs to go here. And then I'm going to just kind of talk this through, so don't mind me. Then I'm going to come up here and come out here close to the edge and put the thread under the needle. And that's the beginnings of the blanket stitch. So I'm going to do a few of those with all of you. Oh, and I did it. I actually did it. It amazes me. I'm going to put it sideways, though. I'm going to try it this way and see if it's easier for me to do it this way. So all I can do is try, right? Yeah, no, that seemed to work pretty well. I'm going to keep going. I love the way that the blanket stitch looks on the bottom. If I had done it in green, it would have even resembled grass. But I didn't do it in green, so that's okay. But what I'm thinking is that I don't know that I want that stitch all the way around the rest of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go on the side here and do the running stitch. That looks super cute. That is perfect. So you know what? While I'm doing this, let me get this button down. And I think I'll put it, well, right about just in the middle up on the top. And let's sew this on. I'm going to use the same thread. So now I'm thinking that I should have sewn the button on before I sewed this, the front to the back, because you can see now where the button is sewn down. So I could like worry about that, or I could not. So I'm going to choose not to worry about it because I can see other knots back here as well. So I'm not going to fret about that at all. All right, so that's done. And then, like I said, I need to come in and do the stem and the leaves and then sew it onto my snippet roll. So my snippet roll is, I'm looking at it as just one piece to where I'm sewing different things and putting different things all over it for like the prompts. And then in the end it will be all filled up. And so that's kind of my thought process. And then of course we have to put this little guy back there. All right, so that's it for today. So next Wednesday we'll get the door down, we'll get the little hedgehog on there, we'll get the stem and the leaves. I'm happy with this choice and I think it's going to look really cute. So I will see you next Wednesday. And if you're interested, on every Monday I put out a video called Crafty Chit Chat and Slow Stitching. So I'm always working on even more stitching work. And yeah, I'd love to have you join me if you would like to. All right, God bless everybody. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.